Sagittarius, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. I'm going to wait a second. I'm going to wait a second until a few of you guys, until they know that I'm here. All right, there I am. All right, Sagittarius, hello, hello. All right, I am going to be doing a general reading here for you. First, I am going to see what your current challenge is. So we're saying current challenges or a situation that has been concerning you. We're going to start off with that card, and then we're going to do a past, present, and future spread. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's see what's coming out here for you. This is going to be for Sagittarius. Hello, Tiffany. This is for Sagittarius. Let's see. Let's see what's coming out here for you, Sag. This is like a current challenge or concern for Sagittarius. Thank you. Ooh, 3 of Cups. Okay. And then this was in reverse, by the way. You got the King of Wands sitting in the reverse position. Okay. Now, this is odd. I didn't expect this. I mean, could it be something or drama that has happened on social media? It could be. Okay, it could very well be. It could be sibling rivalry. It can have something to do with your friends. You haven't, maybe there's been some issues with your so-called friends. I'm also seeing that for some of you guys, you just have not been able to have fun. So with this card, it's like it's a lot here, and I'm trying to say everything that I can think of what this will mean for you. But I definitely see that there has been an issue with you feeling free, being able to be yourself. Okay, whether it's with friends, lovers, or whoever, you just have not been yourself. Be free the way that you want to. But again, like I said before, I definitely feel like it's a family situation that has been bothering you, especially if it's someone who is a little brutal with their words, how they treat you, what they say to you, that type of thing. I'm seeing it. Now, if this is a love relationship, baby, I am not liking this at all. Because, you know, if we're saying the current challenge is this, that means that you are part of a third party. Okay. And are you aware of that? Or have you become aware that there's someone that's interfering in your relationship? Now, it could be someone that's just interfering. It could be not necessarily liking that aspect. Like if it has something to do with you not going out and you're not, you know, you want to go out because you got to take care of your kids and stuff like that, then I get it. But if this has something to do with a relationship and it's coming out this way, okay. So you know what this means for you based on what I just said in some way. Okay. There is some type of interference with love. And I do believe that whoever you were dealing with looks like they kind of stopped talking to you. Or you're trying to get some information out of them and they're not budging. They have completely shut down. The more that you try to get information, the more you try to talk, the more they don't talk. Okay. So that is something that I'm seeing here. Now I know that could be you doing that as well. Okay, it can go, you know, in the reverse, but you know, that's what I'm seeing as a problem. We're going to see when we get more into the reading. This could be a child's father as well. This could be for some of you, a child's mother or father. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into your past, present, and future reading here, Sagittarius. Let's see what's going to come out here for you. Past, present, and future. Let's get past. Okay. Let's get your present energy. Okay. Oh, you got 2. I want to leave it just like that. And then let's get your future. Future energy for Sagittarius. Future. Okay, that's ooh, future energy. Oh, wow, that is rocking. Hello. I was supposed to have these cards turned over too, but today that was just not what they were trying to do. This looks so good. Oh my goodness, your future looks amazing. Now, we're saying past energy here is coming out with this 5 of Pentacles. And this is interesting. This has been most people's like energy, especially if they're, watching tarot. They've been looking for answers. They've been needing to feel better about their situation. And you know the reason why. I've told you this. You've been squared. You've been squared for the past 2.5 years. Okay? That's just what it is. You've been experiencing squares. And so you're trying to figure out what the hell is going on with your life. You've been like, okay, I just want to know what's going on with me. I need things to get better. And, and you've been experiencing some struggle, some hardships, big time. And it shows it here with the Five of Pentacles. But I like the fact that it says this is going to be your past, though. We still got like a few more months of it, but this really is going to be your past. But what have you experienced? When we get into the actual like clarification, we're going to go into a little bit more of what it could be. But y'all, for whatever reason, okay, it can be financially, emotionally, definitely. I'm talking about mentally feeling drained, feeling uncertain. I mean, just feeling scattered, dealing with people who are, in prison or in jail, dealing with scam artists, dealing with people who you thought that you can trust and cannot. And this is just not with, romantic relationships. This is with all kinds, by the way. I'm so sorry, but this is just what it is. Okay. So this is just something that you guys have been dealing with. Okay. So in your past, it has really gotten you down. Extreme hardships is what you've been experiencing here. Now, we're going to go ahead and get to your present. I don't like the fact that the Justice card is in reverse. We know that all of this is in the upright. But you had 2 cards here. Ooh. You had the King of Cups in the upright, but then you guys had the Justice card in reverse. This is upright. Okay, some of you guys are dealing with a water sign or a Libra. Water sign is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You can have that in your chart as well, but it's either you're dealing with or you have it in your chart. The Justice card, though, we got to look at that. That card was fully in reverse. And so even at the moment, you're still trying to come to terms with what you've experienced because you believe it's been unfair to you. Like, there's no reason why I've experienced that. There's no reason why this person did this to me. They didn't have to. They didn't have to do that to me. Okay. Or my parents didn't have to do that. My mom didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that. My lover didn't have to do that. Or I didn't have to experience that. For you, you're still trying to come to terms with what has been unfair to you and why you've been so mistreated. This is what you're trying to come to terms with. And this is interesting because I was just telling Taurus this about mistreatment and the fact that the Justice card was in reverse for them a little bit, but it's talking about now with the Justice card, the fairing out, the balancing out. And I love that it came out with the King of Cups because you see how your emotion starts to stabilize. You see how things start to stabilize here. It came out not with it in reverse. The King of Cups didn't come out in reverse. They came out in the upright. It's saying why, though? What is the reason why that Justice card came out in reverse and it really is in the upright? But it's saying because of what you've dealt with, it's like now I'm going to correct these things and your emotions are going to stable out. No more moodiness. Not dealing with people who are saying that they want you and they don't want you. Not dealing with family members and they don't follow through. And now you have to fix things, right? No more of that. So at this moment, at this time, it is a process because the Justice card is here. So it is a process that you are experiencing, whether you realize it or not. There is a correcting that's happening. There is a correcting that's happening for you. Things have to get better because you need to feel like life is fair because you have not been feeling that way. You're tired of always being the level-headed one. Okay, even though sometimes, according to this reading, you have not always been level-headed. And even to your own detriment, to yourself, this is what has been occurring. So we want to put that there. That's the present position. Oh my God. Can you guys believe that literally your future came out like this? You guys had the King of Pentacles and you had the Ten of Cups. Whoa. Like, this is insanity, because if we're talking about your money, it's like your money is so good. It's like in the future, your money is getting so good. You can do whatever you want, really. Within reason, within reason. I'm not saying that you're out there just willy-nilly, but I mean, you are at this place where you can pretty much do what you want, because money has slowed down, or money was not coming in at one point. And you could have been, some of you guys could have been put out of the house. You were out in the streets, in a sense, in a sense, right? Maybe you really didn't have a place to live. You had to be with family. Ten of Cups here talks about family. So maybe some of you guys had to be with family. Or it's just saying emotional deprivation. So I'm saying emotionally you've been deprived. Like, this is where it goes back to like a lack of support with family, a lack of support with friends, that type of stuff. And then when you get to the future, all of that changes. All of it changes. Like, you have someone, the King of Pentacles has been known as the king to be someone that's reliable. Like, look at how the cards came out. It's like the very thing that you were experiencing in the past, you have not been experiencing. People who have been reliable, unreliable, okay? People who have been like, they're in your life one minute and then the next minute they're not. They've been very inconsistent. And so this is another reason why your emotions are all over the place. Oh my God, you are definitely dealing with people who are selfish. So forget about people sacrificing things for you, because baby, they weren't going to do that. They weren't going to do it. And then we get to the future and it's like, oh my God, now you got somebody who is like, what do you need? Okay. I'm going to be here for you. And they're coming with love, because the Ten of Cups is like, this is going to feel like it's filling you up emotionally. But this is also people who could be friends as well. This is definitely a lover. But I'm just saying, there's other people here that you're going to be able to rely on. So the very thing that you didn't have in the past is what you're going to be experiencing in the future. And it could be an earth sign. So possibly, not saying it's only an earth sign. We also saw here, like I said, we saw water and we saw Libra. But in the future, it could be someone that's a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Okay. So, I mean, really, really good. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to clarify that with these cards. I know I'm challenging myself here. All right. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to the past. Let's get that. Let's describe it. Let's describe the past here. Let's get that Five of Pentacles here for Sagittarius. Let's see what comes out here. Sagittarius. Death card, Scorpio. Earth energy again. There it is. There it is. Oh, your big sense of lack. Baby, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this. And so when we're saying what you've been experiencing in the past, and some of this is definitely in the future, by the way. I mean, present, not future, present. We're saying it always bleeds into each other a little bit. Like it's always kind of like going into the next card. So for a lot of you, we're saying what you don't have. It's always been that. This is the reason why you believe life has been unfair. This is exactly the reason why you believe life has been unfair, because it's about what you haven't been able to obtain, what you haven't been able to get, right? So here the earth element says, for you, things have been stuck. I haven't been able to go anywhere. I haven't been able to get this. I haven't been able to obtain it, because earth is about the tangible things, and you guys have not been able to have that. So this has been the problem for you. So you see how the person is laying on the ground and you're like, why am I starving? Right? And I'm not saying physically, because that could have happened, right? But when we're saying the deprivation, like we talked about before with that Five of Pentacles, it's because it wasn't moving. And if you look at this card, it literally talks about what you were doing during that time. I am trying to conserve as much as I can. I'm trying to bring together whatever I can bring together to make myself feel okay. Like that's what you've been doing, right? That is it. You see how it says dependable? We just talked about that. Ain't that crazy? People who haven't been either. The same old thing every day, Every day, one day after the next, the same thing every day. This is what your life has been consistent of. And you are just like, I am done. I'm done with it. That's what you've been experiencing in the past. More days than others where it's been extreme. But even again, moving into that energy, that's why I said it's bleeding into each other, because now you're like, life is just, it hasn't been fair. But you've matured. And then if you look at the bottom of the deck, there's a lot of things that you've lost. What have you lost here with the death card? What have you lost? A lot of things. I mean, again, if we're talking about money, of course, we talk about earth, but there's possessions, things that you've had that you've been able to possess. That's what you've lost. So we're saying, why has life been so hard? Or these extreme sufferings that you've been having, it's been because part of the death card really is Pluto energy. So for a lot of you, you've been decimated. Okay, just completely, like debts, okay, endings of relationships, that type of stuff, all of those things, okay, sexual situations that happened to you that you didn't want to necessarily experience here with the 8th house, people who you've been obsessed with, people who've been obsessed with you, okay, and I'm talking about full-blown psychopaths, okay, where you're like, I need to get away from this person, I need to leave, I need to go, I have to get them out of my life, that type of thing. Some of you guys have been dealing with that, and not only just dealing with lovers who've been like that, but family members who have been trying to make your life live in hell. But the relationships have been non-committal. Okay, we have to really talk about it. In relationships, non-committal. The person is refusing to, be in relationships. They're refusing to compromise, especially if you have been in a relationship, they've been refusing to compromise. But either way, it has not been a party, right? So again, especially that third party energy, you've been dealing with non-committal energy if you've been single. But if you've been in a relationship, this person has been treating you, trying to dog walk you. That's what you've been experiencing. And some of you guys are trying to get out of that now, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get to this middle card, which is your present. Remember, you guys had the Libra there, and you had the Justice card, and then you guys had the King of Cups. Let me kind of let you see it, because remember, this was in reverse, but it's always upright, but we've already talked about it. And if you're just now coming in, you'll have to go back to see it a little bit later. All right, so let's just see so you guys can see it. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's clarify the present energy here for you, Sagittarius. Let's clarify. All right, let's clarify. Okay, oh. Sick. I mean, like, like how you see something and it's like, ooh, that's cold-blooded. I mean, this is like that cold, how you be like, ooh, that person is bad, like that person is on fire, like that is you. I can't wait till I get to that card. I can't wait. Well, let's go ahead. This is the card that came out. Here, you guys had twin flame. That is so crazy. Because you guys have been dealing with people who you thought was your twin flame. Because you guys already know, I don't believe in that. But this is perfect for this, because you guys already know I don't believe in twin flames. Why? Because they're tormentors. But that's perfect. That's perfect, because Spirit knows that I don't believe in that, right? They know I don't believe in that trash. So it's like, yeah, exactly. This person was a twin flame. This person was someone who was tormenting you. Absolutely. This is a person who's tormenting you because you believe that they were something that they were not. They didn't prove that to you at all. They didn't even prove to you that they were supposed to be in your life. None whatsoever. But they help wake you up, right? How do you feel about yourself? Is what this person did for you, because you wouldn't have never accepted it anyway. And sometimes we can be slow learners. Raise your hand. Yeah, we all have been, right? Slow learners. When you have been in relationships when you knew you weren't supposed to be there anyway. But I'm not going to be like, well, we're supposed to be together, even though, this person is totally like just completely fucking me up on the inside. But we're supposed to be together, no. Okay, no. I do believe that with this particular card, if we're going to look at it for what it really is saying, remember we said that justice card, when life has been unfair, the justice card technically is saying the universe is going to correct something for you. And look at what it does. It goes to its true meaning of saying, for you, you see yourself a certain way. And now you're able to activate that in other people and yourself. You're able to activate the real thing in your life based on the nonsense that you were putting up with before. Because some of you guys, again, hell-bent on staying with one person. Okay. But we don't want to only make this card just about love either. We don't want to do that. Because again, for some of you guys, this really could have been someone who was just like you. Your child is just like you. You're argumentative and they're argumentative. And you're like, why the F is my child like this? And we're like, baby, you the same way. Your mother come to you and say, you the same way. I was actually doing a reading for someone. It was I was actually doing a longer reading, astrology reading for somebody. And I'm in the reading and I'm like, oh, your mom was like this. Oh, she had a badass attitude. And then I'm sensing the person that I'm reading for. Not even way before I even went into the chart. I could always tell. I just never let y'all know, right? I always know, right? So I'm like, I'm sensing that this person has this too. And then I'm like, oh, your daughter has it too. And this is way before we even got into the chart. And I'm looking at her chart and I'm like, damn. Oh, generational, right? So we're saying a mirror to. So some of you guys are wondering why your children are a certain way. It's because you were that way, because you didn't know how other way to be. And it's not saying it's your fault, but we're saying outside of romantically, they're mirroring you. They're exactly who you are. So how can that change? Now, I definitely see a change here because you guys had the Phoenix. Now, this is basically saying, this is hitting the Justice card, by the way. Now, we already talked about what we talked about before with the first row. I already told you you're going to get out of that. But when I say cold-blooded energy, it's like you even counted yourself out. Like, what are we even talking about? You? And I know that it happens because you were definitely, it was tight, right? We're saying squares put you in a box. You don't know how you're going to get out of this. You don't know when you're going to get out of it. You just don't know, especially when you got Neptune sitting there too. You're like, baby, I don't know. Okay, I just don't. There's all this confusion, all right? You love someone 1 minute, the next minute you don't. Then the next minute you thought that this was going to be someone for you. And that now you're feeling silly because now that feeling is gone, or the feeling that you had for them is not really there anymore. And they're not even there anymore. And so now you're experiencing real transformation and it's hard for you. Right? So here with the rebirth, this is why I say it's cold-blooded energy for you. Stop looking at it as a way of you losing something, because that's not what the universe is trying to do. It's like, hey, I'm trying to teach you that your future self was like, okay, this person has to go. Okay. That they have to go. They can't be here. The whole reason why they treated you the way that they treated you anyway is because that's the only way they're going to get you out of their life. And I'm talking about this person, when I said earlier about how the person really drug you through the mud, the only reason why you were in the mud anyway is because you allowed it to go that far. Okay, y'all hearing how I'm talking when I do readings behind the scenes. I'm just giving it to you today. I'm just giving it to you a little bit raw, right? I don't really get that deep, but I get a little bit deep. But I'm saying you allowed them to let them get that far because you're still in control. And sometimes you were like, I want to come into this life. I'm going to come into this life and I'm going to allow this person to drag me through the damn mud. Because I know what that's going to mean for me in the future. And that's okay. It's beauty. It's a beautiful party. Want this squeaky, clean life all the time. Sometimes you need it to be a little dirty. Okay, you need it to be a little bit dirty. But look at what it says. It says, but now here you are. You have arrived. Okay, now you're coming up out of all of that shit. Okay, you don't tow it down. They don't tow it down. Even if you didn't want to, baby, they done came up into your house and done destroyed all your shit. They done threw your stuff outside on the street. Okay, they done banged you up, and now you're like, look at this. Look at what they done left me. Now I gotta clean all of this up. That's where you at right now. Now I gotta clean all of this up, all the damage that they have done. Okay, yeah, my grandma 2 generations ago done left this, and I done tore that down. Now I gotta go try to find somebody to fix that. You see how you have to do all the work, and now they're off living their life somewhere. But this is the beautiful part about it. It says you will come out of that. This is the rebirth. And this is the reason why here with the King of Cups, like I said before, that emotionally mature energy, you won't be doing that again. Ain't nobody gonna be playing you for a fool the way that they were. You're not gonna be doing that. I just love it. I love this for you. Because this is the only way that you're going to get the type of love that you want. And that's the only way that you're going to get an enduring relationship, a solid relationship, a stable connection. That's the only way that you were going to be able to receive it. You signed on to that. And now you're in a correction, which is absolutely fantastic. Because again, like I said before, you only got like 2 months of the whole squaring. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get this beautiful future. Oh my God, which is absolutely terrific. You got the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, y'all. Okay. Let's see what comes out here for you. This is for Sagittarius. Okay. All right. It couldn't go back in. It didn't go back in. I'm not going to put it back in. Okay. This is what I couldn't even if I tried. Anyway, this is at the bottom of the deck. You guys have Mars here. This is the Tower. We were just talking about that. Now, y'all were doing too much with this particular set of card because you had a whole, look at all of this destruction. Look at this. This is definitely the Ten of Cups. Whew, we're going to get to that in a minute. Why is it so hard for you to make a decision to leave somebody or to leave people alone who you know don't mean well for you? Like, what? And I want to tell you, I know why. The whole purpose of anyone doing this type of work, especially if they were meant to do this work, okay, we had to experience all this shit. Even before, like, we had to experience this before, you know, and that's a real tea. Okay. You had to experience majority of shit before you can even get on here. And I know why, right? Because there's still something in you that's trying to find the good in that person. And this person is like, baby, I'm only here for my own self-interest, babe. Like, what are we talking about? Okay. And this is the raw. We talked about that earlier where someone just repeated what I said. Like, you see how good you could be? Even if you were evil, you're still giving someone a benefit of the doubt because you're trying to see the good in them. Ain't that crazy? Even if you are a bad person, you are trying to give someone the benefit of the doubt because you're trying to see the good in them. So it's not like you can't see good. It's not like you can't recognize good. It's just like some of y'all are just like angry. And the reason why you would even be considered to be someone that is not great is because you're angry and you just have to destroy something. But even that even comes to like some type of, it comes to some kind of like climax within this next year or so. Okay. Because when it says transformation, who you are now, you are not going to be that. I know you're trying to hold on to that anger, hold on to the evilness, hold on to that not goodness. And I got to say that too, because I have to be at devil's advocate because there's somebody here that doesn't like a Sagittarius. Okay. But I digress. The reason why you were holding on to someone is because you were trying to see the good in them. And they clearly showed you who they were. They showed you who they were. And you were just like, but I just know. And then this whole crossroad. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, should not? And then it's like, it's right there in your face. Like, you know who they are? And again, like I said before, I'm so happy that someone put this in the comment section. It doesn't always have to be a love situation. We're saying someone who is showing you who they are. And when it comes to especially when your children, if it's your children or family member, that's without I mean, let's be honest. Like, we don't ever want to make a family member the bad guy. We don't want to do that. Like, we're not like, they did that because of X, Y, and Z. We don't want to jump off the handle so quickly with a family member. We don't want to do that. Okay. So if you're making up excuses, or if you're trying to see the good in that individual, it makes sense. Why? It's just blood. Even though I know that they're probably worse than somebody who is in your blood, but I'm saying that thing, the reason why you're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay. So I don't want you to feel bad about that. However, if they're still coming in with a sleight of hand, right? Like if they're still coming in and they're like, oh, okay, they, for some odd reason, they just still act like, they don't like me, or they're causing trouble with the family, stuff like that. You don't even have to be mad at them. I'm just not going to be around you. Oprah came up on my YouTube feed, I didn't even know Oprah had a show. I didn't even know Oprah had a show. And that particular thing came up where it was entitled, this day and age, children are, what is it called when you leave someone? No, they're going in no contact with their parents. That's what the show was about. And like, she was interviewing how the kids, they did everything they can in order to talk to the parents. The parents was tripping big time, and they had to go into no contact. And some of the children are in the audience, and the grandparents have never seen their kids. Do you even know how demented that is? Like, can you even imagine? Like, I get that it's to that point where a family member could be so unruly that you have to remove your children from that situation. But just imagine what type of mental break dance you have to do in order to be okay with that thought. So I don't want you guys to only think that I'm only talking about a lover, because no, this is a real thing. Obviously, people are really having this when it comes down to their family. Okay. So, but they're showing you, this is what this card is basically saying. They're showing you who they are. And somebody in the comment section said it ain't that deep. It doesn't have to be that deep. If they're going to act like an ass, I'm not going to talk to you. I may love you, but I'm not about to put myself in harm's way. Okay. So it's the same thing with a lover as well. And most of the time it is a love situation. Most of the time it is a love situation. And that's the reason why you're like, I don't even know if I should let them go. I don't even really know. Should I let them go? I don't know if I should let them go. And here it is with that fox. The person is like looking at you crazy. Like, I done did some crazy shit to you. And I'm still here. I did some crazy shit to you and I'm still in your life. Now look at what has to happen. It is out of your hands. The universe is like, enough is enough. Okay. Like, this has got to go. You see it? The card clearly says clearing and purging. And you want to know what they're going to do? If you don't decide to do this on your own, and I've seen this in so many people reading, and I've literally said it, I'm telling you right now, if you do not, this is going to destroy you on inside. And there's only 3 people who did not out of the whole time I've ever, because I don't ever tell you guys to do anything. The person is going to show you a million times in advance before, right? Let that last time they do something to you, like, let that be it. But if you go back into that situation again, they're going to treat you so badly, you won't be able to stomach yourself. You will not be able to stomach yourself. And then now you've done more damage to your own psyche than what you can repair, because you knew you didn't have to go there. And see, then that's Pluto. The severity of it really depends on you with this whole love situation. With family, you already know, like, you're like, okay, all right, I'm not about to allow you to hurt my children. I'm not about to allow you to hurt me anymore. Some of you guys just, you know, when the pressure is too much, you're going to let it go. But for some of you, it's going to get so bad that it's just, you don't have no other choice. That is what the Pluto energy is basically saying here. And you even see it here. Now, why did this come out twice? This came out this way twice. This is detrimental. You don't have someone who's supporting you. You're dealing with very selfish individuals, people who are not dependable at all. They're not consistent. They're not dependable. Even here, we saw this earlier. There's nothing that you're getting from them. Are you able to build something with them? Can you come together with them? No. No. Two Pluto energies, two destroyers? Crazy. It is for your own survival that the universe has to create this upheaval and to get you out, because there's something else waiting for you. Oh my God. Okay, here. Remember we talked about earlier, you had the 10 of Cups, right? This is the transformation. 10 of Cups with that King of Pentacles, the transformative energy, and someone who's going to be supportive of you, no matter who they are, someone who's going to be supportive of you. And this is why I said this is the next level. You're not going to be just a girlfriend, just a boyfriend. No. That's not going to be it anymore. This is like taking relationships to the next level. This is you. You have grown from this. You are definitely not the same. And so now you're next level, okay? And there's going to be some things that you're going to be able to experience. Okay. Oh my God. What time is it? A long ass read. I'm just such a yapper. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead. Let's get your last card here. And that's out of this deck, okay? Sometimes this deck can be a little in your face. So let's see what comes out. This is for Sagittarius. Let's see. King of Water, here it is again. You got the water card sitting in this energy. Okay, you guys had the King of Water here, so it is definitely a water sign somewhere, okay, coming into your life if they're not already. I can definitely say that. And then you had Defense. So this is someone that you guys are definitely not in agreements with, okay? This could also be legal defense. It says this person could be a water sign again, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This is a masculine energy according to the sign. This person feels very deeply and they're yearning for deep love. This is you, but again, I still feel like this is going to be the person who's going to come in your life. Not only do I feel like people who are going to come in your life are going to be very consistent and someone you can rely on. I also feel that these people are going to love you wholeheartedly. That's just what I see, okay? So, this looks good. Anyway, this is what I have for you here, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are new, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the information is down below. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you guys back here again later. Bye, guys.